The moment Rocky raises the championship belt looks like pure triumph, but the Southpaw switch that made it happen was not a story choice at all. It was a medical workaround. These are 15 hidden details you completely missed in Rocky II. Number 15, the film opens seconds after Rocky I ends, picking up inside the hospital with both fighters being treated for their injuries. It feels seamless and continuous, but pause on Talia Shire and Burt Young in this opening sequence and compare their appearance to the final moments of Rocky I. The hairstyle and physical details are noticeably different. Director Sylvester Stallone reset the production under his own camera, reshooting the sequence entirely rather than reusing original footage. None of the returning cast matched their Rocky I final frames. That detail confirms everything you are watching was rebuilt from scratch. Deliberate hidden choices were planted into the film's promotional material before a single punch was thrown in the new production. Number 14. The promotional poster for Superfight II shown inside the arena features Rocky in red trunks with a white stripe. In the actual fight, Rocky wears white trunks with a red stripe. The reversal is completely intentional. Art director Richard Berger designed the inversion deliberately, and the United Artists production calls attention to it. A character notices the discrepancy out loud, and Apollo waves it off. Watch the poster during the pre-fight broadcast segments. Then look at what Stallone is actually wearing in the ring. Apollo's trump colors in this film mirror Rocky's from the original, a visual signal that their roles have switched before the fight begins. That thematic reversal was coded into the production design from the very start. Number 13. Butkus the bullmastiff appears throughout the domestic scenes in this film, padding around the house as part of the family. The dog looks completely at ease beside Stallone on camera. That ease is real. Butkus was Stallone's own personal dog, owned since 1969, and not a trained studio animal. Watch any scene featuring Butkus in the home sequences, and notice how naturally he responds without any visible direction. Rocky II is Butkus's final film appearance. After this production wrapped, set decorator Ed Baer returned the home sets to storage and Butkus retired permanently from the screen. The relationship you see in these scenes is a genuine personal bond captured on film. And the next discovery involves a genuine world champion hidden in the training sequences. Number 12. The training sequences in Rocky II show Rocky working against increasingly skilled opponents, with one sparring partner moving at a level that feels genuinely threatening on screen. That credibility is documented. Roberto Duran, the reigning lightweight world champion at the time, appears as an uncredited sparring partner. Stallone confirmed to the Los Angeles Times in 1979 that Duran worked with him during production, and that several sessions escalated beyond what was planned. Look at the sparring partner who matches Rocky's timing most precisely during the gym sequences at the Barrymore building on the MGM Culver City lot. That is a real-world champion on camera. And the production geography surrounding those scenes contained a much bigger secret than a hidden champion. Number 11. The climactic championship rematch is set at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. The announcer confirms the location, and the city's identity is built around it throughout the film. Every interior fight shot was filmed at the Grand Olympic Auditorium at 1801 South Grand Avenue in downtown Los Angeles. The real Philadelphia Spectrum does not appear anywhere in the final cut. Stallone shot both the training and the climactic bout at the same Los Angeles venue used for the original Rocky. Look at the arena ceiling structure and the lighting grid during the fight itself. None of it matches the Spectrum's actual interior. The most Philadelphia moment in the film exists entirely in Los Angeles. And the deception goes even deeper in the very next scene. Number 10. The hospital chapel where Rocky prays for Adrienne feels intimate and rooted in South Philadelphia. The scene is quiet and personal, anchoring the entire film emotionally. The chapel is the Church of the Immaculate Conception in Los Angeles, dressed to match a Philadelphia hospital setting. The exterior ambulance arrival was filmed at Pennsylvania Hospital in Philadelphia, founded in 1751, but the interior prayer scene is a different building on a different coast. Notice the architectural proportions of the chapel ceiling and arched window design during that sequence. They do not match Pennsylvania Hospital's actual interior. Two cities and two completely separate buildings were assembled into one seamless location, and the original plan for the main fight was set somewhere far more unexpected than Los Angeles. Number 9. The Rocky vs. Apollo rematch feels inseparable from Philadelphia. The city's streets and the museum steps define the emotional arc of the entire sequel. An early production plan documented in Variety in February 1978 had Stallone staging the fight at the Coliseum in Rome. Producers Irwin Winkler and Robert Chartoff determined the international logistics were unworkable, and the domestic location plan was substituted. Nothing visible in the released film points to the original Rome concept. The substitution was complete, and Philadelphia's identity was reinforced throughout the final production design. Watch any of the arena or street sequences and notice how completely the city is woven into every frame. The fight that defines Philadelphia pride was nearly staged in ancient Rome. Number 8. Rocky II appears to be a straightforward sequel built on a Best Picture winner. The financial arrangement behind it was anything but straightforward. Winkler and Chartoff issued a direct ultimatum to United Artists executive Andy Albeck. There would be no Rocky II unless United Artists agreed to finance director Martin Scorsese's Raging Bull. Winkler documented the ultimatum explicitly in his 2019 memoir, A Life in Movies. Scorsese later stated he did not learn of the arrangement until approximately 20 years after both films were made. Nothing in a single frame of Rocky II reveals this connection. Every dollar that reached Stallone's camera also unlocked one of the most celebrated sports films in cinema history. And the next hidden deal shaped what audiences hear across the entire film. Number 7. The training montage builds with familiar energy, and the music feels like it belongs exactly where it is. Composer Bill Conti wanted to write completely different material for the sequel. The producers refused. According to documented interviews, Conti was told the audience expected the same themes and that new music was not the direction. Conti wrote new compositions anyway, including Redemption, Vigil, and Conquest. But he was required to rework Gonna Fly Now for the training run, this time adding a children's choir to match the school children running alongside Rocky on screen. Cinematographer Bill Butler captured that sequence across multiple Philadelphia locations. Listen to the choir underneath the training music, and watch the children in the frame. That layered sound was a forced compromise. Number 6. The training montage appears to show one continuous run from Philadelphia's neighborhood streets to the Art Museum steps. Philadelphia Magazine mapped the complete edited route in 2013 and calculated it spans approximately 30 miles across the city. The sequence was filmed across Kensington, Chestnut Street, Independence Hall, Eakins Oval, and the museum steps on entirely separate shooting days spread across several weeks. Steadicam operator Garrett Brown captured key segments, bridging the editing across those separate days of footage. Notice the lighting shifts, seasonal variation in background foliage, and crowd density changes between cuts. These are different days assembled into a single unbroken arc, and the staging of the Art Museum finale was far more controlled than the spontaneous moment it appears to be. Number 5. The sequence where hundreds of children fall in behind Rocky and follow him up the Art Museum steps looks like spontaneous Philadelphia enthusiasm. Approximately 800 local school children served as extras for the shoot. Stallone personally divided them by birth month before a single take, placing January through June on one side of Eakins Oval and July through December on the other. The first take was abandoned when a child ran from the bushes onto the staircase mid-shot. Take 2 was the version used in the final cut. Stallone then ordered a Steadicam reshoot at the top of the steps, using only shorter children so he would remain visible above the crowd. Every part of that apparently spontaneous sequence was engineered down to the birthday. Number 4. The dramatic moment where Rocky abandons his right-handed stance and switches back to his natural Southpaw style is presented as the film's central revelation. That reading is emotionally accurate and completely wrong as production history. Roughly 6 weeks before principal photography began, Stallone tore his right pectoral muscle during training with bodybuilder Franco Columbu. He could not throw effective right-handed punches on camera. The entire storyline of Rocky training right-handed to protect his damaged eye and then switching back southpaw for the final round was written to work around that physical limitation. According to the Los Angeles Times in June 1979, the switch was described as a practical solution for a muscle injury Stallone sustained during training. The film's defining dramatic moment was built entirely around necessity. Number 3. The final scene of Rocky watching the fight on television while Adrienne watches with him feels like the only possible conclusion for the story. A completely different ending was filmed. In the discarded version, Adrienne fights through the press row to reach the ring, and the crowd lifts both Rocky and Adrienne inside the ropes together. A verified ringside extra documented the shoot in first-hand production accounts, and Stallone personally directed Talia Shire's close-ups for that sequence at the Grand Olympic Auditorium during the final weeks of the schedule. The ending was cut because Stallone judged it too similar to Rocky I's finale. The television-watching version was substituted in its place. The discarded footage has never been publicly released. Number 2. The baby Rocky holds in the hospital scene is presented as his newborn child, and the moment reads as warm and intimate. The baby is Sergio Stallone, Sylvester's actual son with then-wife Sasha Chak, born on the 17th of May 1979 during post-production. Sergio appears entirely without a screen credit, and this is his only film appearance. There is no visible distinction on screen between this moment and any standard casting decision. The birth of a real child was folded directly into the final film without acknowledgement in the credits. Pause on that hospital scene and understand that the infant in Stallone's arms is his actual newborn son. That personal reality closes the film's most intimate sequence. And the biggest production secret in Rocky II is hiding in plain sight. Number 1. Adrienne's extended absence from the fight, her coma, and Rocky's refusal to train until she wakes are presented as the emotional engine driving everything Rocky does in the second half of the film. Talia Shire was contractually committed to director Joan Tewksbury's production Old Boyfriends during Rocky II's principal fight shoot, and could not be present for the arena sequences. Stallone rewrote Adrienne's storyline into a coma specifically so her absence could be explained within the story. Her hospital and home reaction scenes were filmed separately, months later toward the end of the production schedule. Watch every scene built around that absence, and understand that the most emotionally motivated decision Rocky makes in the entire film was created to resolve a scheduling conflict between two separate productions. Rocky II looks like a film about a fighter discovering his true identity under pressure. Beneath that story sits a torn muscle, a scheduling conflict, and a climax filmed entirely in Los Angeles. The Southpaw switch, the sleeping Adrienne, the discarded ending all carry a second story. Which hidden detail surprised you most, and what film should we open next?